You think I've had shoddy excuses for a video before? All my fucking mirrors are being used for magic. Somebody else went in the bathroom and I gotta comb my hair before it gets dry or it'll frizz out. So, I mean, got any ideas? Ray, you don't actually have to hit record. Hey, you don't actually have to talk. Shut the fuck up. So, I'm kidding. That was a valid point. Gotta use the fine tooth comb to really spread the conditioner and the natural oils. You might be like, why not just use the big tooth part? Well, I just told you why. Really gotta comb this hair for a while if you don't want it to immediately fucking rebel when it dries. It does have a mind of its own. Sometimes it just sticks up from my head like flames if it doesn't get the old fine tooth comb treatment. It's like I really have to like show it who's boss. If I just comb it a few times, it thinks I'm not serious. Oh, he's so far gone, he thinks his hair can think. Yeah, peanut gallery. Alright, so I gotta come up with something besides the hair combing. How about this? I don't think I'm gonna respond to anything that has multiple points in it. Have been thinking about it, and responding to points hasn't got me very far in life, and it's time consuming and annoying. So, it has a cost benefit ratio of fucking infinite. All cost, no benefit. No, I mean, I'll answer questions. I was just reminded some of a comment. Yeah, I love responding to singular commenters because, like, I have so few subscribers that it's like a little group. Kind of a dickhead a lot of the time, though. I mean, I'm not gonna lie about that because I'm God. I don't really lie a lot, and I'm God. I'm kind of a dickhead. This is known. Like everybody. Uh, I mean, you can be the source of all goodness and also kind of a dickhead. These two things are not mutually exclusive. I'm sorry, where was I going? Oh, yes, to take another hit of Delta 8. I mean, really think about it. Think about making a universe. You're just standing there like, excuse me, relationally symmetric substrate, could you please parse yourself into binary symmetries and weave them through each other? That'd be great, thank you. I'm asking politely. I'm God. Yeah, you can tell by how I'm polite. No! You fucking get in there and do that shit. Politeness does not get universes created. Ergo, a little bit of a dickhead sometimes. Maybe a little more than sometimes, even. So, anyway, there's one commenter. So, I give the video about the C.S. Lewis thing. A man who claims to be God is either God or lying or crazy. And I mean, that's pretty solid. Pretty fucking solid. And then just running it through there, it's like, what? I don't even tell you what your perceptions are. You know what your perceptions are. So somebody puts in a comment, is like challenging me. There's a bunch of points in it. I barely read it because like I see the gist of it. But Bubba, that is you acting like I'm trying to convince you by challenging me and expecting me to rise to that challenge. I'm not responding to points. I have no incentive. I'm God Almighty. Keep your points to yourself, motherfucker. I don't need them. I'm always happy to answer questions or have a conversation, but it's like, if you challenge me, I'm just going to walk away because, like, what is my incentive? I mean, I've been going through this shit for years, and I feel like I've put in my time. I've tilted at those windmills of responding to points. My experience tells me that it won't accomplish things, and common sense tells me it will take time and energy. Not going to do it. Done it enough. Resolve your own inner conflict. It's not my job to convince you of anything. It's no one's job to convince you of anything, and in fact, it's your job to not let people convince you of things, and it's also your job to not try to convince other people of things. Straight from the mouth of God, motherfucker. That's your job. Do your fucking job. Thank you. I want to end on a happier note than that because I seem angry sometimes. Like I said, I'm a little bit of a dickhead. You don't make universes by standing around writing polite letters to Parliament. That's not how that works. You got to be kind of a dickhead. You got to have that la passion. as the Latin people call it. I mean, all things considered, I'm actually in a pretty good mood. I'm getting my Vyvanse tomorrow. I got this thing where, like, I don't even sweat the delays because I have to call it in to the doctor. They got to call it into the pharmacy, and then that's got to be approved through insurance. And, there was a time when I would be losing my shit, but I have decided, you have to do things in a way that's most likely to work for you. And you can view amphetamines as either a medication or a drug, but how do you know which it is? Well, I mean, if you're displaying drug seeking behavior, then it's a drug because you're demonstrating symptoms of addiction. If, however, you just lackadaisically wait a few days and barely care, then you just have a little bit of a dependence. And a dependence is a-okay. Addiction, it's not as helpful for your day-to-day life, and that's why you should avoid framing the things you do in that light. But you also have to behave congruently with that framing. So, not demonstrating drug seeking behavior, therefore, not framing it as addiction is valid. And the therapeutic effect is greater because it is, in fact, medication, and medications do have therapeutic effect. Ray, that's not how. Do you know what the placebo effect is? Well, look it up, read up on that, and there you go. Anyway, have a nice day. I've gone over this placebo effect thing before. And the best placebos are ones that are also powerful in their own right, like amphetamines. Have a nice day.